Grand Rising, happy Tuesday. I pray everybody's having a positive, productive day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that today. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. It's good to be back. I think I missed like 3 or 4 days. I'm still not feeling very well, but I have felt guilty for not being here. So that being said, I'm here with the daily devotion from Sarah Young's Jesus Calling for November 5th, 2024. You can live as close to me as you choose. I set up no barriers between us. Neither do I tear down barriers that you erect. People tend to think their circumstances determine the quality of their lives, so they pour their energy into trying to control those situations. They feel happy when things are going well and sad or frustrated when things don't turn out as they'd hoped. They rarely question this correlation between their circumstances and their feelings. Yet it is possible to be content in any and every situation. Put more energy into trusting me and enjoying my presence. Don't let your well-being depend on your circumstances. Instead, connect your joy to my precious promises. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. I will meet all your needs according to my glorious riches. Nothing in all creation will be able to separate you from my love. She references Philippians chapter 4, verse 12, Genesis chapter 28, verse 15, Philippians chapter 4, verse 19, and Romans chapter 8, verses 38 and 39. Boy, I am guilty of that, as are most of us. It's very hard to get yourself in the place where we don't let our external circumstances affect the way we feel internally. I've experienced it a lot, especially over the last couple years, where I've had to learn how to not let my external circumstances affect how I feel. It's easier said than done, I know. It takes a lot of diligence. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of praise. It takes a lot of patience. Hold on a second. If I don't help her, she's going to drive me nuts. Okay, sorry. Darlin was trying to get covered up. There's so many things that we experience day to day that can drain our energy. It can drain us of our happiness. It can drain us of the priorities, the pushing, I don't know how to say it, the pushing towards our priorities, the keeping focus. There we go. It drains us of our focus. It drains us of the possibilities that we can see that lie ahead. And it's very disheartening when you reach that point in your life, when you realize that it's not just circumstances that drain us like that. It's people, places, and things that drain us just as much, if not more. It took me a long time to learn, and I am experiencing it right now as we speak. I literally don't interact with anybody. But literally being under this roof drains me every day. Being stuck drains me. And it's so hard to push through that. To not let it distract me from the ultimate goal. To not let it pull me away from my priorities. To not allow it to steal my joy. Of course, the last couple days I haven't felt good. And even though the joy is still there, it doesn't show as much externally just because I don't feel good. But even that, if you're dealing with an illness that lasts a long time, it very much can draw your joy out of you. It can cause us to question things, especially if it's like a terminal illness or something like that. Thank God that I've never really had to deal with anything like that, but I've had several family members that have. I've known a lot of people. I've had friends that or acquaintances that have dealt with things like that. And it can cause us to not be grateful for the little things. Yes, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head, even though I don't want to be here. Yes, I'm grateful that I have a vehicle, even though I can't drive it. You know, yes, I'm grateful for my fur babies, even though they drive me crazy. Even though it's a lot of responsibility. You know, there was a time in my life not very long ago that I didn't get to enjoy the simple things. I didn't get to enjoy, or I didn't allow myself to enjoy all the things that I had. And a lot of that was because I was putting my energy into other things. I was working 80 to 90 hours a week. So I didn't get to enjoy spending time with my animals. Now we're together all the time. You know, and so I say it often, it's about that peace, or not, I mean, it is about having peace of mind. You know, I walked away from the life that I had for a lot of different reasons. People, stress, pain. And I look back now and I think, well, you know, I could have done things differently. And I wonder, you know, what it would be like if I would have made different choices. But I know there's no doubt in my mind that I would not have the peace of mind that I have today if I would have stayed in the life that I was living. And even though walking away from that life, as I felt guided to, came with a whole nother set of issues, peace of mind is not one of them. We get so distracted, and it's so easy to forget. It's so easy to lack that gratitude. You know, there are sometimes, especially now that I've been forced to be still to where I can't stay busy all the time, I often go back to that and I try to remember what it was like. Not on the physical, but on the internal. I was always tired. My mind was constantly spinning. I had so many material things that I had always wanted that I thought would bring me happiness. Well, if I can just get this, or if I can just get that, or if I can just accomplish this, or if I can just get to this destination, it would make me happy. And I accomplished all those things. I had 2 vehicles. I was a property owner. I had my chickens and my pig and my cats and my dogs, and I had a creek in my backyard, and so many goals had been accomplished. But they didn't bring me happiness. They didn't bring me peace of mind. They didn't bring joy to my heart, because I was working all the time to be able to have all those things. So I didn't even get to enjoy the things that I had. It's not always easy to not only see our mistakes, but accept our mistakes. Accept where we were lacking. It took me walking away from everything to experience the world firsthand, to understand what was really happening, where this world was really headed, where my world was really headed. And yes, there are things that bring us temporary happiness, temporary moments of joy. But it took me going through so many trials and tribulations, and still going through them, to not only see but understand that the things that I was lacking can't be bought. The things that I was lacking can't be provided by somebody else. It's so important for us to see how important our spiritual health is. And when we focus on all the external stuff, the material things, people, places, things, situations, it disconnects us. It makes us spiritually sick. And it took me a long time to be able to see that the people, places, and things that I was surrounding myself with were making me spiritually sick. I go back now and I look at some of the pictures of myself when I was working 80 and 90 hours a week. I had no color to my skin because I was inside all the time. I looked tired. I looked old. A lot of times I looked depressed because on the inside I was. Even though on the outside my external life didn't look like that. It looked like I had everything to be happy about. I became a property owner, which had been a dream of mine for years. But that didn't make me happy. And then the people that were around me contributed more to my depression. And, you know, back then it used to trigger me so bad when people would say, you know, you need to examine your life, you know. Only you can change it. And that used to trigger me so bad because it's like, well, I can't control what other people do. I can't control how this plays out or, you know, whatever. No, we can't. But we can choose to not let it affect us at all by just walking away. And it took a long time for me to understand that I had to walk away from everything to be able to heal spiritually, to build that spiritual relationship that I had wandered so far from. All right, I'm running out of time. As always, be grateful for what you have. If you see a need out there, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.